So yeah, we repaired this section on the other side of the car. As you can see, they're pretty prone to rusting, as this car has every example of where cars rust, or where Datsuns rust. I mean, it was here and here, everywhere. But yeah, you can see how it kind of collects in there. This car's never had the little guard that I believe goes in here. Although, I mean, it's not a perfect seal, so stuff's going to get back in there. And leaves get in there, and it rots it all out. So we made a new one. We just made this out of flat seal. Used a piece of 20 gauge, just kind of cut it to the shape, bent it by hand into place, and then cut it there. I have a little piece of a 90 piece, welded it up, filled it up with weld so we can sand it down to kind of keep that same radius, and it still has the bottom lip. We then got a piece of 16 gauge, put it on the back side with it sticking out just a little bit farther, ran the weld all the way across, and now it has that feeling of the double edge that these would have. Obviously it's a lot longer, but yeah, it's in there. You can see what I mean by the little piece of 16 gauge. But yeah, it's all in there. Again, this is missing the little cover plate. It has one of the fasteners for it, so it fell out at one time, and this is being repaired at some point and just painted over the whole thing. Again, that whole area just is riddled with pockets of water that get in there and rust, and you get the leaves and everything, sand. But yeah, we got that done. We're going to throw some paint on it so it can kind of dry before I put it all together, and then I might put some little pieces on to tack that plate back to the fender, just as a stop it rattling ever. Or I might just leave it as is, throw some goop in there when I put it together, and it should hold it that way. And I'm probably just going to throw some goop in there because then I won't have to deal with cutting welds out later if I need to take this fender off for God knows what reason. Well, if I take it off, it's to fix the rust that's in there that I'm refusing to deal with right now because I don't want to pull the cowl off to pull the fender off, which means I got to pull the headlight bucket off, pull the little bottoms. Everything's going to break when I go to touch it, so we ain't touching it. So we're just going to put some of that acid rust converter in there after I scraped out all the big chunks of rust, and then we'll throw some paint on it, and hopefully it just kind of keeps it from getting worse. But it won't get any better, so we'll deal with it when we have to deal with it later. But yeah, smell you guys later.